Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a kind of opposite flip spin on a video I put up a couple weeks back. And in that video, I talked about products that I do not think are worth their price tag. In this video, we're sitting down and we're talking about products that I actually do think are worth the price tag. They are a little higher priced, a little bougier. They're gonna set you back a little bit farther. But me personally, my opinion, my preference is I love all these products and I do genuinely think they are worth their price tag and all of the above. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to hear about some products that I actually do think are worth their price tags, then let's go ahead and get started. I'll be sure to have my other video linked in the eye and down below for you in case you missed it. But like I said, we're flipping it and we're talking about a bunch of products that I do actually think are worth the price tag. Now, there was a couple more products that I wanted to include in this video, but they were the ones that I got in PR. Like I really wanted to talk about the YSL All Hours foundation, but I got that sent to me in PR, so I didn't technically spend the money on it. There's a couple other products that I wanted to talk about too, but A, I'm blanking on what they were now, of course, because my memory is the worst, and B, they were products that were sent to me in PR. So I really wanted to make sure I'm talking about products that I actually spent my hard-earned money on. Editing Emily here because I remembered the other product I wanted to mention. It was the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. That is a very expensive palette at $67, and I do think it's worth the price. However, my husband Mike bought it for me, so I did not spend my hard-earned money on it. He spent his hard-earned money on it. So again, I didn't want to include it in this video. And I mean, some of these I did get on sale, but most of them I just kind of paid full price, and I really do think they're worth it, if that makes sense. Also, YouTube disclaimer, if you think these products are outrageously priced, you don't like them, anything like that, that's fine. Makeup's different for everyone. I love them. You don't have to. You guys know the drill. So the first ones I want to talk about are actually like the most affordable product on this list. So if you think this price point for this product is a little outrageous and a little ridiculous, maybe click off this video and I'll catch you in the next one because it's just gonna get more expensive from here. So the first things I want to talk about is my Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipsticks. I have two shades of them. They are $25, which I personally don't think is that crazy of a price point, especially for Natasha Denona. And especially how much I love these lipsticks, the formula, all of the above. However, $25 for one single lipstick is a little pricey, if you know what I mean. So the first one I have is Beatrice, which is actually the lipstick I have on my lips today. This is just a really beautiful, like pinky mid-tone sort of nudie shade that I just genuinely love wearing. I love it. I think it looks so pretty on my lips, my skin tone, all of the above. The last one I have is Liron, and this is more of like a brownie nude shade, a little bit peachier of a tone. But the thing about these lipsticks, they are so comfortable on the lips. They don't have a ton of sheen, if you can see, like a little tiny bit. They are a little bit more on the matte side, but they're not drying at all. They wear nicely on the lips. They are comfortable. They fade off very elegantly throughout the day, so they're not just like completely gone in 10 seconds, and they last a while. I mean, obviously they're not a liquid lipstick or anything, but I do feel like these last a while on my lips, and I personally want way more shades. There's like 3 or 4 more shades I want, so will I keep buying these at $25 a pop? Yes, for sure. And I think if you want to splurge and treat yourself on a lipstick, I really do love these, the shades, the formulas, all of the above, and I think it would be money well spent. Another lipstick formula that I love, that I really do think is worth the money, is the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. So I have Pillow Talk and then Kim KW. I think Pillow Talk is her Matte Revolution and then Kim KW is her Kissing formula. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, they retail for $34, which is a lot more for a single lipstick. But I really love these. This is a Pillow Talk. I'm sure you know what it looks like because it's been around forever, but it's a really beautiful, like rosy type of pink shade that flatters a lot of skin tones. And then also Kim KW, this one wouldn't work for as many skin tones because it's very light and a little on the peachy side. So if you are a little bit more medium to deeper skin tone and you just don't think that you would like this shade, there's a bajillion more shades. They're just really comfortable. Even her matte ones. Pillow Talk is matte, but it's still not like drying on the lips at all. And the shade is just stunning. Kim KW, I wanted this lipstick forever. And every single time I liked someone's lip combination in like Instagram pictures or YouTube videos, every single time I would scroll down and I would see that they were wearing Kim KW lipstick. And I was like, dang it, I need this in my life. So I finally splurged a little bit and bought it for myself a couple months back. And they're just so good. If you can tell, I have like almost used up my Pillow Talk. That is how much I like it. Again, they're a little pricier, but the packaging is stunning. Charlotte Tilbury is a beautiful brand. The quality is there for the price, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the next product out of the way because we all know it's coming. We all know my love for this product, even though it is very, very expensive. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Bronzer. Almost said foundation. Bronzer. $55, you guys. This will set you back $55. I did get mine on sale during the Sephora sale, so I did get 20% off. However, it is still very pricey of a bronzer. It is, but I personally love this bronzer. I cannot stop wearing it. It's literally the size of my head, so it's massive, so it's gonna last you forever. And even if you do use up the compact, you can just replace this compact. It pops out here on the back, and you can just replace this and then keep the packaging so you're not being wasteful or anything like that, which I just think is a really awesome decision on Charlotte Tilbury's part to do that. I have the shade 2 Medium, which works very nicely with my fair skin. It's a bronzer I have on my face today. It's a bronzer I've worn in a ton of other videos. It's a bronzer I took on both of my vacations over this past summer. The only one I took, and I did not miss any other bronzers. I was not upset or sad that I didn't have anything else to use besides this one. It is so good. I have no idea if you guys are going to be able to tell. I don't think you can, but like there is a dip. There is a dip in this pan because that is how much I use it. I just think it is stunning. It goes on so nicely to the skin, blends in, doesn't get patchy, wears all day, doesn't fade off or anything like that. I genuinely love this bronzer so much. And if for some reason I lost this or it broke or anything like that, I would definitely repurchase it at full price at $55. That is how strongly I feel about this guy. Next up, we have a product that's honestly been around for quite a while, like a couple years at this point. It's been hyped up by quite a few YouTubers, and I'm no exception. It is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer Base. I'm pretty sure Tarte like basically put this primer on the map a couple years ago when she was raving about it, and for good reason. It is an amazing primer. As you can tell, I am like almost done with mine. I'm all the way to the bottom. It is so pore filling and smoothing on your face. Like smoothing primer base is a perfect name for it. This baby retails for $39 though. $39. I know, that is a lot of money. However, one, I think it's worth it. I literally have had this for probably 2 or 3 years and it is still going strong. I'm probably gonna have it for another year or two. Don't plan on getting rid of it. Also, it comes in a mini size. So I honestly will repurchase the mini size once this is gone because it does last so long. You only need a little tiny bit. So the mini size would suffice. And I don't remember how much the mini size is. I want to say 19, but don't quote me. But even if you did pay the $39 and got the full size, I don't think you would be disappointed. You just need the tiniest little amount of this. I get a little bit on my middle finger and then I rub it together and then I literally mash it into my skin and mash it into my pores in my T-zone and like right here around my nose because that is where I get pores. I don't struggle too bad with pores or anything like that, but it's nice to have an extra smoothing effect to your face, a little filter effect, if you will. And this is just, it's a good one, guys. It's pricey, it'll set you back, but as long as you don't use too much and you just go sparingly where you need it, it'll last you forever and it'll be beautiful on your skin. It's so good. Then I have a couple powders I want to talk about. One is like a pressed powder palette and the other one is a loose powder. So the first one is the Jaclyn Cosmetics Brightening and Setting Palette. I have the one that's fair to light. You guys, first of all, look how loved this is. I've only had this palette for, I want to say 2, maybe 3 months at this point, and it is so well loved. If you can tell, I use this all of the time. It'll set you back $39, which I know is kind of pricey. I know that's kind of a lot of money, but I personally think it's 1,000,000% worth it. I use these to set under my eyes and then in my T-zone, and it is so brightening and smoothing and just looks beautiful under the under eyes. I do know some people have an issue with this being drying on them. So take that piece of information and do what you want with it. You know your under eyes way more than me, but I do tend to have very finicky, dry under eyes that doesn't like to look good ever with any powder. And this makes my under eyes look good. It's the powder I set my under eyes with today. I swear it adds coverage as well along, probably because it's so brightening. And I just think it makes me look so smooth and airbrush and flawless. I will 1,000,000% go through this palette, I feel like, and then repurchase it when it's gone. I know it's $39, but I really do think it's worth it. And then the next powder is another one it's pricey, you guys. It's pricey. It's $38 for a loose setting powder. I do think it's worth the money because I love the powder so much. However, I think this brand is a little crazy for pricing their powder at this price point. And it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills loose setting powder. I have the shade Vanilla. This is my second compact I have of it. I went through one whole one. It is very large, so it'll last you a while. I don't think this should be priced at $38. I don't. I think Anastasia Beverly Hills is, I don't know, just a little like what you do, girlfriend? Why'd you make your powder so expensive? $38, really? Almost $40 for a loose powder? But I love it. I really do. I feel like this powder just perfects my face. This combination together is like airbrush flawless. It's what I have on today, both of them, this under my eyes, this everywhere else. And this is just perfecting and smoothing and just sets my face so nicely, but isn't drying or cakey or anything like that. I personally would wait to get this on sale. I would not spend the $38 on it. Like when this one's gone, I will wait for a sale or a coupon or something to repurchase it. But I think if you did get it on sale or if you did just splurge and buy it, I really do think you would like it. It's just perfecting. It's crazy. When I use this, my skin just looks so nice. Next up, we have a concealer that I cannot stop wearing. I cannot put this concealer down. It is the Coastis Revealer Concealer. It is actually not the concealer I have on my face today because I was planning on talking about a different concealer, and I used it today getting ready to kind of just show you, to be able to say like, this is the concealer I have under my eyes today. And then it was looking a little dry and a little bit cakey, and I was like, I'm not going to recommend that, especially for the price. If you're curious, it was the Hourglass Vanish Concealer, which that retails for $34. So I was going to talk about that one, but then it didn't look good on my under eyes today. And I was like, I cannot, with good faith, recommend this to my followers and my subscribers when it's looking like this under my eyes. It just looks dry and a little cakey. So I want to talk about the Coastis one instead because that has never done it to me. It is a little less priced at $28, but that is still pretty up there for a concealer. This is so good though. It is creamy. It is lightweight. It blends in beautifully. It wears nicely all day long. I get enough coverage out of it, even though it says it's a more medium coverage. How I like to apply it though to get the coverage that I like, I either let it sit on my under eyes for a couple of seconds before I blend it in, or I blend it in and then just put like one tiny little dot right here where like my most deep dark circles are, and then blend that in. And then it ends up having enough coverage for me. I have the shade 1.5C. It is gonna be a little bit dark in the winter time when I get a lot more fair. So I'm about to pick up another shade. Even though it is $28, I'm like super close. Actually, in the next Sephora sale, I probably will pick up another shade of it. It is just lovely. A lot of people, I feel like, rave about this concealer and talk very highly and kindly of it. And I just kind of was like, okay, it can't be that great, right? It can't be that great. And then I tried it, and everything that anyone has ever said nice about this concealer is 100% correct. I can't stop wearing it. I love it so much. Alrighty, so this next item is a blush, and it is $38. $38. I did not get any money off. I did not get it on sale, a coupon, promotion, nothing. I just splurged and spent the $38 on it, and it is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Divine Blush in the shade Flirtatious. I have not regretted this purchase for 1 second since I got it in the mail and tried it on my skin. It is perfection. I would pay $38 for this again in a heartbeat. Again, if this broke, I lost it, anything happened to it, I need this blush in my life. I would go out and repurchase it immediately for full price. If you can tell, the imprint and the embossing is like kind of going away because I use it so much. I've only had this for maybe a month and a half at this point, and I use it constantly. This tone is stunning on my fair skin. It just gives me the best flush. It's not the blush I have on today. I have one on that I'm going to talk about in a second, but it just gives like the most beautiful flush to my skin. It's the perfect nude pink shade that goes with any look, any outfit. It does not matter. The formula is perfection. It goes on so smooth and beautiful. This shade particularly needs a little bit of building. I've heard people say that these blushes are really pigmented and just like get pigmentation right away. This shade does not, but it's also the lightest one it comes in, so that kind of makes sense. So I do need to build it up a little bit, but it doesn't look like too heavy or cakey at all when I do build it up. And it has like a little tiny bit of sheen to the skin and just makes you look so alive and beautiful. Part of me wants more shades because I just love this one so much, but the other part of me is like, I love this one so much. I don't know if the other ones will live up to that. You know what I mean? But I know, $38 is a lot of money for a blush, but I genuinely think it is worth it. This blush is like, I feel like my favorite blush. But don't you worry. If you don't want to spend $38 on a blush, I have another blush option for you that's only $34. So you'll save $4. But that is the N Cosmetics blushes. Okay, so I did get 2 of these in PR sent to me. However, I felt comfortable putting these blushes in this video because I purchased this Faded Clementine shade on my own. So I spent like the full money on it myself. And the other 2, which is Venetian Rose and Magic Hour, I was going to purchase. I was going to wait for the next M Cosmetics sale, but I was 1000% going to purchase these with my own money. That is how much I love them. The Faded Clementine just is one of my favorite blushes ever, and I knew I needed these 2 in my life. So I was so happy when they sent them to me in PR. But this shade is Magic Hour, and then also we have Venetian Rose, which this is the blush that I have on my cheeks today. They are a little bit more of a glowy blush. So if you do not like that, if you're oily or you do struggle a little bit with pores showing on your face, I don't know how much you would like these because they are a little bit glowy. They're not glittery at all, but they are a little shimmery and do give some pop to your cheeks, if you can tell. But I just think that they are so beautiful. I've used all 3 of these and they are just perfect on the skin. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Let me do some swatches for you. So it's kind of hard to see on my hand, but here we have Magic Hour and then Venetian Rose and then Faded Clementine. I do feel like they do need well, not really Venetian Rose, but these 2 need a little tiny bit of building on the cheeks, but they are just perfection. You guys have seen me rave about Faded Clementine for months on my channel now. I've had this for a while, and when they sent me these 2, like I feel like I've been using them nonstop. Like these 4 blushes right here are like the only blushes I've been using recently, other than my Essence blush, but that's $2.99. So, but these 4 are just so stunning, so beautiful, and I know they're pricey. I know $38, $34 is a lot of money, but I really genuinely do not think you'd be disappointed if you picked any of them up. Couple more products and then we are done. So the next one is going to not come as a surprise to anyone if you have followed me and watched my videos for a while. I've talked about it in a bunch of videos. I've used it in a bunch of videos. And it is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So this baby's $35, which I know is pretty up there for a setting spray. However, they have a mini, which is what I bought first, and I went through the complete mini and loved it so much I bought the full size, and I just think it's worth it. I do. I know it's $35, but this just sets your face so nicely. I do not get the completely budge proofness of it under a mask like a lot of people say. So I want to just put that out there. A lot of people say this helps their makeup literally not move under a mask. I personally don't get that. I still get some budging and movement of my makeup under my mask, but this still is a beautiful setting spray. It just sets your face down so nicely. It does help my makeup last longer and lock in for the most part. And it just, I don't know, it gives a little bit of a sheen to my face. I have it on my face today, but it's not anything that's too much. I feel like even if you're oily, you would still like this, but if you're dry, you would still like this because it sets your makeup in like a really nice, long-lasting setting spray, but a lot of those have alcohol in them, which I don't know if this one does, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not drying. Like those tend to be a little bit drying if you use them a lot. I don't know, this one's not drying on me, and I like how it makes my face look. I like how it sets my makeup down, and I just think it's worth it. Okay, I'm gonna end it strong with some eyeshadow palettes that I love. And you guys know I love them because I talk about them a lot. So the first one is the Natasha Nona Glam palette. Love this palette so much. They're $65. They're $65. I know that's a lot of money. Beautiful, stunning. I love it so much. This color story is just lovely for the everyday average consumer. I feel like anyone could pick this palette up and feel comfortable using it, like their looks. The quality is amazing. The formula is amazing. Everything about it, I love it. I just cannot recommend this palette more. If you're a little bit more, well, I was about to say if you're a little bit more adventurous, but that's not true. You can literally wear whatever makeup you want and still be adventurous. But if you like color a little bit more, I guess I should say that. I also really love the Natasha Denona Love Palette. It is actually the palette that I have on my eyes today. This is obviously a lot more colorful than the Glam palette, still $65 though. But it is just a beautiful color story. Again, I think the quality is there. It's stunning. Every time I use this, I really do love my looks. I'm not gonna lie, the look that I made today, it's coming up in a 1 week 1 palette. I'm finally filming a 1 week 1 palette with this palette, so keep an eye out for that. It was a little bit of a struggle, a little tiny bit, but in the end, I love how it looks overall. Yeah, again, if you like color, if you like pink, purples, those kind of tones, I think you would love this palette if you splurged and bought it for the $65 price point. Last but not least, we have Sydney Grace. So I have 2 of her palettes and I just really, really love them. They only will set you back $52. It's a little bit more affordable than the $65 Natasha Denona, but still up there in price. I understand. But honestly, me personally, I think that Sydney Grace's formula is better than Natasha Denona. Don't tell anyone, but I think they're better. I'm not gonna lie, I do. But the palettes I have are the Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson collab in Tiny Marvels. This one is just so beautiful. It's colorful, but it's still got your neutral shades that you would want in them. The formula is just wonderful. The mattes blend beautifully. These shimmers are out of this world. If you want like the shimmeriest shimmers ever, Sydney Grace will provide that to you. I just really love this color story as well. But again, if you're not into like colors like that, their Enduring Love palette is another one that is absolutely stunning. It's a little bit more like neutrally toned and not as like colorful as the Tiny Marvels palette. So if you sway that way, this would probably be a better choice for you. Both of these I spent full price, $52 on it. And this is another one that if it went missing or broke or anything like that, I would pick it up in a heartbeat, full price. And I just cannot get over Sydney Grace's formula. Their eyeshadow formula is just, it's the best. Honestly, it's the best eyeshadow formula I have ever used over Natasha Denona, over Huda Beauty, over Charlotte Tilbury, over ColourPop. I mean, I know ColourPop is affordable, but their eyeshadow formula is very, very awesome. I love it. I feel like Sydney Grace's is my favorite formula ever. It is just chef's kiss. And that was it, you guys. That was a whole bunch of products that are pricey. They're pricey. I know, they're a lot of money. However, I personally just think all of these are worth the money, worth the splurge. I hope this was fun for you to watch. Maybe it gave you a little inspiration if you want to splurge and treat yourself on any of these products. I will have all of them linked down below for you to check out. If you choose to shop through those links, they are affiliate links. I get a little kickback. Thank you. Thank you so much if you choose to shop through them because it really does mean the world to me. It really does. But other than that, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome. I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet and hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.